Well, good morning. Good Friday morning. Getting ready for the weekend. Has it felt like it took like a month to get through this week? That's just how it felt for me. And if you've been doing the grind and not taking care of yourself, well, that's what we're going to talk about today. In fact, we're going old school. This is exactly how it started almost 2 years ago. We're about a few months away from when we launched this show. And thanks to you, it just keeps growing and growing. But today, we're going to do a little Monica's motivational moments and go deeper into being able to say no, taking care of yourself before you take care of everyone else, what it takes to look like I'm balanced. I saw a really interesting article last night that talked about there's no such thing as work-life balance. And I really went deep into the rabbit hole of why this particular person felt this way. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Do you think there is a possibility of having the balance that we need? She went and discussed how we should just go hard, hard, hard for about 6 months and then take 6 months off. And I'm like, what? Who does that? We're going to talk about that this morning. We'll talk about success. What does success look like? All of these things to put you in a really good frame of mind as you go attack the day. And then you get a chance to rest, not for 6 months, but rest for the weekend. We've got some really awesome feel-good stories of the day. And then, of course, we need to know what's going on with our weather. A lot of you, we're so happy to not see more snow, more ice. Hold on a second. There's a lot of black ice that's out there this morning. I want you to be careful. There was a huge accident on 64 that shut it down. It was a fatal, unfortunately. And then for our drivers that are traveling near Kings Highway, there was a rollover accident. And this is all for our local. If you are outside of Missouri and Illinois, thanks for being with us. Just always try to take care of all my fans that have followed me over the last 30 years right here in St. Louis. And one of the incredible team members that we brought on a year ago is aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. And he does an incredible job keeping an eye on your weather with a segment we call What the Weather.
Alrighty, welcome back into this new more weather forecast video. This one has been looking significant for a couple of days. So
good morning to you.
Good morning, Monica.
Finally.
Nice to be here.
I went OG Beckett. I went back to the original because we are right in that time frame when you first joined us. Good morning, Beckett.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Can you believe it's been a year?
I can't. It's gone by so fast.
It really has. It's been such a wild ride, but it's fun to watch these intro promos that we have for Beckett. I think we've got 3 or 4 different iterations of it, but you can see the growth, you see the change, how much more evolved Beckett has come, all the different words he uses, the phrases, and then just how in-depth his reporting has become. So I just want to compliment you. You have done a really amazing job, and I cannot wait to see where your career takes you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. So I was talking about black ice. Again, unfortunately, a fatal accident in our area, a rollover accident. I think the problem is everyone's got like spring fever. They want the warm weather to get here. They felt the warmth, and now they're flying around with our temperatures going back down. Yeah. And we're going to have a stretch of pretty cold temperatures mixed with the refreezing, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. This is really our last day of warm weather, even though yesterday was the only other day of warm weather this week. And then as we head into next week, it's going to get cold, so there likely will be more refreezing.
Yeah, and so that's the dangerous thing. So watch your footing as you're heading out. If you're going to take a walk or you're putting the dogs out this morning, again, just warning you, out on the roads when you get in your car, and then as well as your footing itself. So we're talking about some rain, and I know earlier in the week, some meteorologists in town were talking about maybe a mix. Are we now just talking about rain as we're heading into the weekend?
Yeah, it looks like mostly rain overnight tonight. Could have maybe a couple flurries early tomorrow morning, but nothing significant at all.
Okay, so we're making plans. People are trying to figure out, do I need to grab the umbrella? How bad is it going to be, etc. Let's let Beckett take it away for you and take you into the weekend and into next week.
All right, so looking at the current conditions right now, we got 36 degrees, which actually is a lot warmer than what we've been dealing with and will deal with as we head into the next couple of days this morning with a dew point around 23. Now, looking at the hour-by-hour forecast, we continue to warm up all the way to 50 degrees, near 50 degrees our high today, so a lot of snow is going to be melting, but remember that can refreeze overnight, so definitely going to be having to watch tomorrow morning as you're out on those roadways, as we could have a lot of refreezing from everything that melts today. But then looking into the nightly forecast again, around 5 p.m. we're still around 50 degrees, cloudy skies, but then moving into 8 and 10, that's when we get down into the 40s and rain starts to move in. So if you have any plans tonight, make sure to grab an umbrella or a raincoat as you head out the door. And then looking at tomorrow's forecast, staying around 30 throughout the day with a high of around 30 tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine. So looking at the 7-day forecast, again, we'll have increasing clouds today. So sunny here in the morning, but then cloudy in the afternoon as that rain moves in with a high of 50. Tomorrow, high of around 30, still mostly cloudy. We get some more sunshine to move in on Sunday, but that's when the cold air really moves in here. High of 18 on Sunday, 19 on Monday and Tuesday. And look at those lows, 6 and 5 Sunday and Monday night. And then moving into later into next week, it does look like we're going to warm up just a bit back into the 30s. But first, we got to get through this very cold stretch. It'll be the coldest air of the season.
Yeah, and that's when it gets really dangerous. Again, that's when we constantly are telling you, please be careful. Please keep an eye on the elderly, check in on them. Please don't have animals outside. And if they absolutely positively have to, this is when you try to provide some type of sheltering for them, because those are dangerous conditions there. So I know you love the snow. Tell me you don't like that cold of temperature.
Yeah, I don't really like it with that being that cold, no.
And if it's going to be that cold, he's going to want snow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So big plans for the weekend. You've got a party coming up. I'm actually going to see you over the weekend. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that's about it. Just the party.
Well, make sure you help mom and dad get ready for that party. I think they'd appreciate that.
Will do.
All right. Have a fantastic one. And we'll be bundled up when we talk next time. I might have a hat and coat and gloves on when I talk to you on Monday.
Yeah. See you then.
All right, Beckett, thank you again. That's aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore with our What the Weather segment. I hope you're all having a great start to your day. And so do us a favor, as you pop on, we've got about 25 of you on right now. Let us know where you're watching from. Good morning, Sean Fitzgerald, Julie Purcell. Good morning to you. Linda said good morning. Missed you all this week, just back from Atlanta, buyer's market. This is that time of year. I'm talking to someone right now that owns a boutique in Lake St. Louis and in St. Charles. And she was talking about going to Dallas for the buyer's market. It's so much fun for all of you that have boutiques. This is your fun playground time, is it not? Saw lots of new items for 2025. My driveway is still ice and snow covered. Right there with you, Linda, unfortunately. So yes, we are on Facebook, 2 pages, by the way, that takes us up to 35,000. We have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, X, Rumble, and Instagram. So let us know where you're watching from. And if you're brand new to the show, come back day after day, 7 a.m. We're here for you Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central, of course. If you're watching in other states or if you are in other countries, because I've got this woman who is a diehard that watches us on Instagram, Angela. Shout out to Angela from the UK. Thanks for watching. And I'll try to pop over and look at some of the comments. I understand people are commenting on LinkedIn, and I didn't get a chance to see those the other day when we did some giveaways. I do have other giveaways coming up for you. Are you a fan of Disney on Ice? Do you have kids or nieces or nephews or grandkids that would like to win those? Well, we've got some tickets. We want to continue to reward you and thank you for spreading the word of positivity with us. And today, in our news you can use, I'm excited to give you a lot of feel-good news stories. And it starts with this one. And we want to thank an officer for bringing this to the attention of the world. This one's going viral, folks. Okay, you ready for this? So this kid that you're seeing on the screen, he is a pizza delivery driver. And he, like many of the delivery drivers, or we think about mail or UPS or FedEx, they're out there trying to get packages to you, trying to get food to you. And there was a road that was shut down. And here he is in a bind thinking, how am I going to be able to deliver the pizza? So his name is Connor Stefanoff. He's a delivery driver for Rockstar Pizza, and he made sure that customers get their food. Any condition, he said, anytime, anywhere, you will get your pizza. Well, guess what? He went viral for making a delivery in a snowstorm for only, get this, a $2 tip. Now, come on, let's stay with this story for a while. Do you better. I swear, I think that my particular audience would say, oh, I know this kid went above and beyond. I'm going to give him more than a $2 tip because he made his way through. He didn't just come in his car and make his way up to deliver and then continue to go out in the conditions. There was a road that was shut down. He had to walk nearly a half of a mile in his sweats and his tennis shoes, which, by the way, Connor, you should have been dressed better for the conditions, and made it to go and deliver the pizza. This officer came upon him and said, "Are you delivering pizzas?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so he went and he showed on video, "Look at this man. The man walked through hell and high water to deliver a pizza." That's what this officer, Officer Craig, said in a video that he posted on TikTok. And he said, "That's dedication, man." Well, the officer said, "Tell me you got a really good tip." And he's like, "I got a $2 tip." And so the officer came back on camera and said, "That is absolutely insane. And I want to do more. What can we do for this?" So the officer shared the story on his TikTok page, which he has 160,000 followers. He's like, "Community, we need to step up." So in just a few days, the generous tips came pouring in. The goal, by the way, are you ready for this, was $500 from his $2 tip to $500. Drum roll, please, at home. Ba, 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 ba. Look at what it's at right now. Yes, rock star officer for bringing this to the attention. So it's a GoFundMe, and he asked his 160,000 followers to step up. The generous tips coming in from strangers. That original goal is now at that particular time when he posted that, it was at $4,110. But guess what? I just looked, and as of Wednesday night, the story said that it had been raised up to more than $7,500. It may be even more than that, and continue to go and go and go, because you know what? People like these stories, right? We have the feel good. Although he may not be in our area, I'm going to give this kid some money because he's a rock star. I mean, rightfully so. He's working for Rockstar Pizza, but he truly epitomizes the name of the place that he works. We need more of that. Way to go, Connor. Not just Connor, but way to go, the officer, Officer Craig on TikTok. And let's get his following up. He's smart as well, right? So he knows that people will come to him. So he provides feel-good news. We provide feel-good news. I'm going to ask you the same. We are going to continue to give you stories like this. So we need to get our following up on every one of our platforms. And we can do that thanks to you. That's what you do. You spread the word of positivity and say, there are all these good stories. Don't you want to start your day that way? That's how we continue to make things better and better and better. All right, we talked about going into the weekend, and if you are a fan of Kid Rock or Jason Aldean, well, you might enjoy what you're going to see this weekend, because those are two of the performers that is with a host of big name performers that are making their way to Washington to perform at various inauguration events over the weekend. Kid Rock, longtime Trump supporter Billy Ray Cyrus, joining Lee Greenwood. The Village People, which I told you about a week ago, they will all be at the Make America Great Again rally at Capital One Arena in downtown Washington on Sunday, along with a choir from Liberty University. Jason Aldean, a 5-time Grammy nominee behind the song Try That in a Small Town, is set to perform at the Liberty Ball. That'll be Monday night alongside the Village People. And evidently there is a surprise musical guest that has not been announced yet. Who do you think that could be? People might want to just throw out some names of who they think that could be. The swearing-in ceremony on Monday, we already know, is going to feature previously announced performers. Carrie Underwood, she's singing America the Beautiful. Opera tenor Christopher Macchio performing the national anthem. And Lee Greenwood following all 3 inaugural balls. Country group Rascal Flatts will be at the Commander-in-Chief Ball, focused on military service members, with Texas-based singer-songwriter Parker McCollum. So a lot of big names coming out as we get ready for inauguration on Monday. And of course, Monday, Inauguration Day, it is also a day to honor the late, great Martin Luther King Jr. Also honoring a longtime and icon in the baseball world and in the broadcasting world. Did you all see this? We all said, oh, yesterday I saw this on TV. Brewers icon and Hall of Famer Bob Uecker passed away at the age of 90. In a statement released by the club, Uecker's family said he had battled small cell lung cancer since early 2023. Didn't know that. The family said even in the face of this challenge, his enthusiasm for life was always present, never allowing his spirit to falter. He won a World Series ring, by the way, with St. Louis in 1964, and also played for Atlanta and Philadelphia. So love the tie to our area. Rest in peace, sir. The late, great Bob Euchre. And then one more story that you're going to love that's so feel good. I talk a lot about dogs on this show, but how about kitty cats? A cat that was missing for months in New Hampshire has found his way back home, 700 miles away. I love these stories, and you're always like, how long was it gone? Well, for months. Again, this is in London, Londonderry, New Hampshire. He went missing in New Hampshire, turned up more than 700 miles away from home. The family said that their cat was seen months ago. The family recently received a surprising call from someone who said that their cat had been found in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They said they have no idea how she ended up there. The cat is Kumiko. A local shelter scanned the cat for that microchip, and that is the important reason why. You've got to have your animals chipped, and was able to locate her family. And after being reunited, the family said their furry loved one is settling back into life at home and getting extra hugs and kisses and love, I'm sure. But I love these. There are stories of dogs that have wandered away for years, and then suddenly the family gets reunited. It's just, I can't imagine being away from my dog for an hour, and whenever she's gotten lost, it just freaks you out, doesn't it? Can you imagine months or years and then you get reunited? Reunited, and it feels so good. All right, it is 7:16. Enough of the singing. We're going to take a quick break for you. And when we come back, we're going to get into our motivation today. In today's motivation, I hope you hear yourself in the story, but I want some interaction. We haven't done like the life coaching kind of motivation in a while. So just type in comments, questions that you have, and let me know if this resonates with you. If you feel this way, that your life is just all over the place because you do for everyone else, not yourself. And so this article and this influencer that I was reading about last night, she was like, there's no such thing as work-life balance. And when you understand that, you'll be in the top 1% of successful people. Her mindset's interesting. We're going to get into all that when we return.
One of our things we always say is we want everybody to leave with a smile.
Oh, and trust me, they do. I've seen a lot of smiles here today. There's so many levels of why you will love these ladies, but giving back to the community, supporting the community, collaborating with other businesses.
Base pace. Now we give parameters here. Power walkers generally use incline. Yeah, I know.
Go, girls, go.
Because you're not only getting some great local roasted coffee, you're getting good people.
Good people is what it's about. And by the way, that person who turned up their nose, karma is that you know what.
Everyone needs to be kind. And it starts really with the adults. And then it goes down because we're the ones that are instilling this in our children, in our families, and everything thereafter.
We are live on location. And this is a really cool thing. This is exactly what we can do from your business. We call it Mobile Monica. You know, I'm always on the move. That's right. And we're going to be moving into St. Charles County on February 13th. It's the big Galentine's night at Stonehouse of St. Charles. I've never been there. And if you haven't either, well, we're just going to be in awe of how absolutely stunning and beautiful the property is. I mean, take a look at this home right here, the big stone house of St. Charles. That's where we're going to be. People have been going there for years for these gorgeous weddings, but now it's a big event for all of us. So I'm going to put the QR code on the screen. If you have not purchased your tickets, don't wait any longer. Join us. 400 gal pals can all join together for this night. This is truly the Galentine's event in the area. Tickets are on sale now for only $50. And trust us, you do not want to miss this. You get 2 signature drinks to get the party started, a themed charcuterie board, because we absolutely love those. I mean, those have become more and more creative over the years. And then music bingo, which is a huge thing right now. I mean, it's like a raging party. Music bingo and prizes. It's like a dance party game night all rolled into one. And then we talked about vendors that are going to be there. So you do want to get there early. We are broadcasting at 5 p.m. from Stonehouse. And then 6 p.m. is when all the fun's going to kick off. Candles by the Finishing Touch Candle Company, personalized wooden signs, perfect for a keepsake, custom Western hat creations, so you can have those wonderful hats on while you're watching maybe reruns of Yellowstone, pop-up vendors, permanent jewelry by some local jewelry artists as well. Again, an ultimate way to celebrate friendship, fun, the fabulous ladies in your life. Do not wait, because I don't want it to be where all of a sudden you're like, I wanted to go so bad, but I didn't buy your ticket. So you can see what the ticket prices all include. Again, a lot of fun. You might be walking away, winning the music bingo rounds, but if not, so what? We're just going to sit there and laugh and have a great time together. So I hope to see you February 13th. We are out and about, and we're going to be out in the community a lot, by the way. A ton of Mobile Monica's coming up. It's been busy behind the scenes. That's not the only one. We also have a big dance party that is coming up for you, and that's the end of this month. We talked with Carmen Gwynn, and she's with Almost Del Ritmo Dance Company. Well, that is just fun to talk about the love of dance, but don't you want to come out and learn a little salsa?
5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, bounce, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, and 1, 2, and dance and move those hips. Okay, so if you've never, ever had an opportunity to learn dance before, or you've always looked and thought, well, that looks like so much fun, I really would like to do that. Don't put it off. Come with us to our big dance party on January 30th. These are all, by the way, on my calendar of events. So check out our webpage on a regular basis. Michelle does a great job updating those things for you. So this is on there January 30th. The Galentine's is on there February 13th. And we're going to be adding a couple of more, by the way, because as I said, we are going to be out and about a lot throughout the month of February. We've got some unbelievably exciting things that are being worked behind the scenes. This one will be 5 p.m. We'll do the live broadcast. And for that, Carmen's going to sit down and talk about all the different types of dance that's out there right now. And some that I've never even heard of before. And I was like, what the heck is that? And she's like, I will teach you. So at 6 o'clock, I know I've got friends and family. We've got some of our viewers. We've got some of my clients that are coming. Let's just keep growing and growing and growing. Come out. It's absolutely free. So what do you have to lose, right? Just free laughter and learn how to shake your booty. January 30th. And that is again at her dance company, 5 p.m. broadcast, 6 p.m. doing a little dancing. All right, let me go to the comments and say good morning to you. I'm drinking my coffee out of my Know Your Value mug. Oh, Stephanie, I absolutely love that. Yes, if you have not purchased any of our merchandise and you would like to do so, Know Your Value is the mantra that I started a couple of years ago, and it's on journals. If you want a mug like Stephanie has, we've got some t-shirts and jackets, and probably coming up with some new merchandise as we get into deeper into 2025. So let's see. Anybody else that's signing on that I want to acknowledge before we get into our motivation? Sweet Kitty, Linda says, cats are so smart and faithful too. I love this feel-good cat story. I know. What I want to do more for you is feel-good, positive vibe stories. And break away from even some of the other news that I feel that you can use. I think you need more of this. Julie, I so agree with you. She said, if animals could only talk. Well, sometimes they see some things that we may not want them to. Julie is a big dog lover like I am. And thank you, Julie, for what you do, by the way, because she's one who adopts those senior animals. A lot of people look, I want to adopt a puppy. I want the energetic 1-year-old, 2-year-old. She adopts those seniors. And some people out there, they go to rescues and they adopt those dogs that are in hospice so that they have even a day, if not a week of their life left in an actual home. So remember, reach out to Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. Those people are near and dear to our hearts. And by the way, we are starting back up Positive Talk Time with Jessica Cook, the owner of Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa, and more importantly, the rescue component. February 6th, we will be back together. We do our shows on Thursdays, every other Thursday. So from February through October, but we're going to be mixing in some new things. The Barking Baker segment that I started back around Christmas time. We've got to film some new segments, and I want to do that with the rescues. Isn't that going to be cool? Because that allows you to actually see their personality more than just like a picture or a quick little snippet. We're going to interact with them, and I want to get them adopted out, and I think this is a way to be able to do that. Kathleen Morris, good morning. Rose, okay, I'm retired, Monica, but I feel like I do more now than when I worked, between cleaning, cooking, shopping, taking care of 2 dogs and a cat, right? Take a deep breath. And being there for everyone. I told myself this year will be the best for self-fulfillment. Okay, Rose, well, you already did one important thing, and that is that you put it out there and that you're already making a conscious effort. So when we talk about motivation and getting people in life coaching, big classes, we used to do big seminars. And by the way, that is another thing. Corporations or even small groups. I had a lady reach out to me yesterday. She said, "Are you still life coaching, Monica? My daughter could use a life coach." That's actually the second woman that I have had reach out to me in the last week and a half. So now you've got parents looking out for their kids saying, I can see that they're struggling, whatever age, mental health wise, or they're struggling with social skills. We saw a lot of that during the pandemic and still trying to find their way out of that. And that suffered greatly for about a year and a half. Now, parents, yes, absolutely, positively. I don't care if they're 10 years old or it is a 90-year-old grandma, grandpa that you see is suffering. And maybe they just need someone to talk to. That socialization is so important. The seniors that I trained at Friendship Village, one in particular, Bill, I love you to death. He calls and writes to me almost on a weekly basis. And I can tell the reason why is he just wants the socialization. His wife is not doing well, now in assisted living. She's not even in the same room as him. She's in the adjacent room. So he's missing the love of his life right there with him. She can't talk anymore. She has ataxia, by the way. Horrible, horrible. Look it up. Horrible illness. I've got family members that suffer from that. And when suddenly you have that disconnect in what you were so used to as you were growing up with that love of your life, you're just looking for that socialization anywhere. And when you've got generations that come together. That's why we want to continue to do more of our generational talk. You've got the energy of the youth and you've got the wise aspect of the seniors. So listen to each other more, learn from each other more. I need to take some time and go and visit him and just a simple sit down, have some coffee, tea, have brunch together and take that time. But that's what we're going to talk about today. How do we find that time when we feel like we're just going? Anne, happy Friday. She said she bought tickets with friends for the Galentine's event. Do we need to buy tickets for the dance party? No, like I mentioned, it is absolutely free. No aspect at all. Michelle just told you can RSVP, and that's simply for us to know how many people are going to shake their booty together when Carmen is going to teach all of us. Lance Mayfield, are you still on? Lance joined on Instagram, and he said that he wants to come in, and this is really opening up just like I did, and talk to you about his experience at Special T MRI. He had the whole body scan done. He actually talked with his cardiologist who highly recommended that he do it. And I love that. If you're not familiar, it was a really powerful show. We actually did two. We did a show at the studio with Jerry in my studio, Jerry G, the owner. And then we went there and I had the whole body scan done. I'm just going to let you all know. I just recently had another one this week, and it took just as long as thousands of images that were taken in an entire head to toe scan. And this one was just simply on my lumbar area. It was nowhere near what that man has. I didn't have all those different pieces that he put on me. Like I was saying, went in, it's kind of like that tunnel of claustrophobic, and they were supposed to play R&B music for me. And I started hearing Tom Petty. I'm like, that's not R&B. I heard Sting. I'm like, that's not R&B. So it was listening because again, people don't want to be in there and listening to the pounding. It sounds like you're in a construction area. It was not the best experience, but all it made me do is immediately say, Jerry, what you're doing in Fenton is incredible. And so Jerry G and Lance Mayfield will be joining us, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday in our Medical Monday segment. And Lance is going to talk about what he found out and what it meant to him. Oh yeah, he said he's still on and he's looking forward to sharing. So Lance, thank you so much for being on. So I'm looking over on Instagram and then popping back over to all of you. I want to make sure that you're heard. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some things up on the screen. Tell me what resonates with you. Okay, we got about 51 of you on. Let's keep texting people and calling and emailing, whatever you want to tell your friends and family that we're on right now. Let's do a little check-in. This is our time to text. So we've got 19 of you on right now. Facebook. Okay, we've got a lot of viewers on X that watch, but X, I want you to interact with us. Talk to us. Tell me if this topic is popular in your heart, your mind, if it resonates with you. So we've got 3 of you on Rumble, 2 of you on YouTube, 28 of you, though, over on X. So 51 on right now. Okay, let's keep growing and growing and growing, because this is the day that we take you into the weekend. But I want it to be on a really positive note. So are you ready? Here we go. Success. So here's what success looks like in this image. But I want you, this is what we would do if we were in the life coaching class right now. Tell me what, and just give me one word. What one word do you assimilate to success? Hard work? Okay, that's 2 words. That's fine. You can give me a couple words if you want. Persistence. Okay, so in order to be successful, we have to be persistent. I agree with that one. Late nights. Boy, do I resonate with that. So folks, I get up at about 4:30 in the morning. Unless I'm doing the show from home, I get a little extra. I get 1 more hour. So 5:30, but I went till 10:30 last night, and I don't mean stopping at all. So these people that are in the 1 percentile of successful human beings, they say that this is what their life looks like. But look at how it trails down. So success starts with hard work. We all would agree with that, correct? Yes. Persistence, agree with that. Late nights, yes. Anyone that has decided to start their own business, they are that entrepreneur. It is early mornings, late nights. Rejections. Okay. How many times have you had the door slammed, or the ghosting, the non-return of an email or a call? Unbelievable sacrifices that are made. Discipline. Oh, absolutely. To the nth degree. Criticism, doubts, failures, risks. And the words can keep going and going and going. But what about all of you? So to be successful, fill in some more words that you didn't see in that slide. What does it mean to be successful? Here's the thing I'm going to ask you. What do you have to sacrifice in order to be successful? And is it worth it? Ooh, that one gave me a chill. Is it worth it? Is everything that you're trying to put out there for your family and your friends, is it all worth it at the end of the day? For me, I say yes, but some of it has to come back and go, can I not do this? Does this really work? I was telling my team, I think I need to do a deep dive into some of the things that we offer. And are they being taken advantage of by our viewers or by customers of mine and my brand? Or are we doing all of this work for what? Nothing, right? In the business world, it's the whole return on investment. So if you're partnering up with someone, they're putting out their financial side, they want to see a good return on their investment. The thing I've been proud of is every business that we've worked with has said, wow, we see a huge amount of people come in. And I got to thank you for that. That's you. I'm talking to you, each and every one of you. The reason that has been such a great success is when I bring someone on, Defiance Ridge Vineyards and Yuppie Puppy Forever Rescue, Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa. Those are our 2 big sponsors as we're going into February. But behind the scenes, we're talking to some other big businesses, small businesses alike, to be regular sponsors, to be maybe quarterly Mobile Monica sponsors. There's so many things. Segment sponsors, live testimonial sponsors, sponsoring our What the Weather segment, or coming up with a segment of your own. But when we do that, I don't want someone spending their hard-earned money and it doesn't give them the return on the investment. That makes sense, right? But you all do that for us. You go and support those that support us. I can't say that phrase enough. Please support those that support us. So when we introduce you to different businesses and you say, oh, well, I need that business at this time of my life, you come back and you've heard their name on our show, and then you go and support them, which I absolutely love. So success, we are in collaboration. We are in partnership. So we talk about passions. I'm a very passionate person in life, and I know a lot of you are as well. I guarantee you wouldn't watch this show if you weren't a passionate person. So having perfect friendships. I thought this was an interesting slide. I erased the word perfect. That mentality of perfection to me is not ever going to get you to truly a balanced life. Doing great creative work. That's a good passion. Being true to yourself. I think that's a really powerful one to sit with. And you can use any of these in your journaling today. Empowering and helping others. Now, to me, that's one of the biggest ones I want to stay with. So we talked about the cold weather coming up and checking in on our elderly, checking in on our pets, making sure that first you're okay, that then you can take care of them, right? The whole mentality of being on a plane. You put your mask on and then you put on your child or someone else that's with you. Empowering and helping others, but you've got to empower yourself first. Being confident in your own judgment, your own decisions, and learn something new. That's the whole thing of the New Year's resolutions and learning those new hobbies or going back to an original passion. But what's the message I'm getting across to you today? Okay, let's interact, right? Let's do this together in like a journaling aspect or in a life coaching aspect. I want you to just give me some words wherever you are on whatever platform. What word to you is associated with success? And by the way, what does success mean to you? Why do we all want to be successful, whether it's in a personal or a professional relationship? Or are there some of you that are okay saying, I don't need to be in the top 1 or 10%. I'm good getting up, still being a hard worker, but I'm not going to go the extra mile. What does it mean to go the extra mile? All right. There are people who obviously personal train with me, and I say, is that what you want to give me? Are you good with that? Because if so, great. Then I'm going to celebrate the success that you're sitting in right now. But do I want you to go up here? Sure, I do as your coach. And you should want that for yourself. But what I'm going to ask you, and this is actually healing for myself and everyone else that's listening, when is it a little much? I have been struggling with that. Again, I just love being real with you. I have been struggling in my heart and soul with all the things that I'm doing. Does it make the impact that I want in the world? And you need someone to check you, whether it's my husband, whether it's my mother, whether it's my immediate family, my wonderful friends that I am blessed with, for them to, and you have to give that power to them, by the way. So don't give them the power and then get mad at them when they come back and they say, hey, you asked me to bring your attention to this matter. Then listen, but truly listen. Don't listen and wait for a pause so that you can then jump in and say, but, right? So we all have to learn from that, me included. Rose says, I have a son who has ADHD, some other issues, had trouble finishing anything, but has a heart of gold. My other son just graduated from college. I think the other feels bad that he didn't, but I have to remind them, success isn't always about what you do. Oh, woo, he gave me a chill, but who you are. To me, I always say that, right? You can buy people things. You can be running around like crazy and not spending time with the person. In the end, you know what's going to be remembered? The time that you decided to spend. There are people who have come to me and said, hey, can I get you on this organization, bring you on this board? Can we have you do this or this or this? And I come back and it just gets exhausting sometimes. But guess what I struggle with in my head? The thing that I said about learning how to say no. I've been doing that, but if you don't think, and any of you that are people pleasers like I always was, isn't it hard to say, you kind of do this, I want to say yes so bad, but I can't. I just can't. I got to say no. I've got to learn to say no. And when you do that, it's such a healing aspect of life. It's a big thing that we all need to learn more of. And don't apologize for saying no. Honestly, you need to applaud yourself for taking care of you. It's really important to learn the art of saying no. I did it. If you don't think it was hard for me to do, I did it last night to one of my dearest friends. She was wanting me to consider being on the board of an organization that she's in. And I said, she's like, I'm just getting ready to go into the meeting. I wanted to see if let's revisit this subject. And I said, honestly, I already told the board member, I can't. I just cannot. I got done. In my heart, I waited and thought, is she going to be upset? I hope not. But I literally just told you that I go from 5:30 or 4:30 in the morning until 10:30 at night. Where's the life and work balance in that? Trying to see friends. Okay, so last night, I'll give you this. Last night, Jim wanted to go to dinner. In my heart, did I want to? No. Did I say no to him? No, because this time I needed to say yes. And what do you hear in that? Why did I need to say yes? Because it was important to spend time with my husband, because in the end, no one wants to have you just work. You're doing all of that for what? Where's the balance in being able to have the reward of success? What we talked about before. So, okay, there's this big balance that needs to take place, but this constant, you're rolling down, okay, we think about the snow, you're rolling down the hill. You don't want to come crashing into a tree. You want to have fun, enjoy the moment, see what you're seeing, hear the laughter of kids and adults alike going down the hill with you, not thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just flying. I just feel like I'm always on this 100-mile-per-hour race. And then I see the tree up ahead and I'm going to slam into it, because at that point you feel like so much chaos around you. And where's the relaxation in it? Where's the reward in it? So what's the best way to succeed? In life, it's to act on the advice that you give others. This one really connected with me. One more time. The best way to succeed in life is to act on the advice that you give others. Woo! I want to go to a break on that one. It's powerful because what I hear in myself regularly is, Monica, you're really good at motivating people. There's a reason you've been a personal trainer for so long. There's a reason that you've been life coaching for 2 decades now. And there's a reason people ask you to speak, because you inspire and motivate them. But at the end of the day, I come back and go, but that advice that you're giving, do you live that? Because to me, the best coaches are the ones that they speak it, they eat it, they live it, they breathe it, they sleep it. It is a total immersion in themselves. I can't say that I'm doing that 100%, because if I'm saying the importance of go, 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 give it your all, always do your best, but step away. So last night, it was hard for me. I kept taking my phones and putting them on the table, because many of you know that if you own a small business, or you're wanting to be one of the top earners at your business that you work for somebody else, you think, well, I got to go the extra mile. So it's hard to put, and yes, I have two, both of these away when I know that I need to be getting back to people. But guess what my friends and family say? Well, those people are probably off enjoying time with their family. You don't need to write them back that very given moment. Right. Exactly. So I took it, put it away, but knew I had to come back, put the show for you together today. So it's still the mindset of, here's the thing that's important. Learn to ask for help. Okay. I'm going to go to the break and ask you that one. I see a couple of comments and questions coming in. Yes, we're going to get to those. Rose, very good comment. Kathleen, I'll get to yours. Anybody else? Does this feel like this is your life? So taking the breath, connection to your family and friends, more so connection with you, doing a little more what? Prayer and meditation. That's what keeps me balanced, by the way. More of your comments when we return.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
And we just talked about confidence, did we not? I want you to be confident in the choices that you make. If you're just tuning in, it's the Real Monica Adams Show, 742. And I love this. We haven't had a chance to do this in a while. And I've actually had a lot of people. And let me ask you this. If you are a diehard Monica maniac, have you missed this? Do you want more of this? We're talking about doing Monica's motivational moments on a regular basis. I don't know if we do it daily, if we do it weekly, bi-weekly. And in those motivational moments, what matters most to you? Is it taking care of your mental health? Is it talking more about losing faith, spirituality? Is it showing you more of my personal training? Because that's what we did a lot of when I was at the NBC affiliate here in St. Louis. We did a lot of showing you what you could do when you were stuck at home. And how many of you have been stuck at home in the snow and the ice and maybe haven't had a chance to get to the gym? Did you put your workouts on hold? And are you feeling bad about it? This is when people start to beat themselves up. Oh, I haven't worked out. I haven't put the importance on my mental side or my spiritual side. What do I always talk about? If you're new to the show, I talk about the balance of life in the triangle of life. How many of you have kind of fallen off? You know, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, but this is when people have a tendency to fall off the wagon. Don't beat yourself up, please. Or I should say, try not to, because don't is a power word. Try not to beat yourself up. Instead, applause the success of whatever it is that you feel like you did well. Now, other things, don't call it a failure. Look at the things that need to rise up a little bit. Make a conscious effort to do those. But this is the thing. If you don't write it down, I find it all the time. I have businesses that are interested in being a part of the show, and it's me thinking, oh my gosh, somebody said this. I need to write it down right away, or I'm going to forget it. So I put it in my phone. I've got a long list that I put in my notes on my computer, or I'll put it in an email to myself. Keeping yourself organized. You know, we talked about organization with St. Louis Closet Company, and thank you, Jennifer, for being one of our sponsors in a collaboration effort. Every day, I'm able to keep that closet exactly as we showed you. So when I showed you the before, it was all chaos. When I showed you the after, it's shoes have a place to go. Everything's in color coordinated. All the hangers are in the right way. Did I do yet what she said, which is to have all the same style of hangers? No. My mind right now thinks, well, I got all these hangers. It's a waste of money to buy new hangers. But you got to do what you got to do, what makes sense to you. Okay, we're going to get to some more comments. Rose, you're right. Date night is important with your partner. Hallelujah. So many people, do you agree with that? You've got to actually, and you have to give that power to your partner, your husband, your wife, your significant other, who else, whoever is there to take care of you. Listen to them, allow them to do this. Literally go like this. Let them put this down. If you're in the middle of finishing an email, then just tell them, I promise you, I'm going to finish this email. That's it. I'm turning it off. There's a reason why people used to work a 9 to 5. And I know that's changed. Now people start at like 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, but then that means they should only be working until 3 or 4, not a 15, 20 hour day. Okay. So I know a lot of you are probably going to feel like you're right there with me if you're small business owners and you're like, oh, when's the last time I worked 8 hours? I know. For me, though, this is more fulfilling because I would work my 8, 9, 10 hours in the television station or the radio station. But then with all the other things that we do in this brand, it wouldn't stop and it would go, go, go. That was exhausting to me because what was not filling my heart and soul was the first 8 to 10 hours, right? There were times when we gave you the feel good news like we did at the beginning of the show. And I wanted more of that. I thought, the public wants more feel-good stories, not the homicides and the stabbings and the shootings and the hate, negativity that's out in the world, the division in the world. Don't you feel more balanced in life when you might hear a little bit of that, the awareness that it's going on in life, but then hearing these wonderful stories that are taking place, like the officer bringing attention to this kid, going above and beyond. I mean, that's success, by the way. That kid's going to go far in life. He's already showing what he would do as a pizza delivery driver. That is a person who's giving their all. I hope he's extremely successful. Kathleen, success, she says, is being proud of my accomplishments, no matter how big or small. Exactly, because the small can become the big. Those, what do we always talk about? Like some of the greatest gifts in life come in small packages. If you are over on, oh, hello, St. Louis Closet Company just joined. I don't know if that's Jennifer or somebody from her team, but hello to you. Thank you again for helping us. If you're on Instagram or X or YouTube or Facebook or whatever, tell me what resonates with you. Okay, let's go back to some of these other slides. We're talking about motivation today. And I'm asking you again, if you would like more of these in these days that we spend together like this. And eventually, how many of you would come if I offered it up to a live audience show where we get a chance to be together? Now, I'm sure we'd have to change the timing of that, which is why we can't do it every morning. What time would be best? Would it be after work? Would it be an evening? Would it be a weekend? I want to start sprinkling those in, and we have that ability. Finally, that's been the dream, by the way. Oh, there's my chill. It's been the dream to bring you in front of us, and so you don't have to do this and type. And when I'm asking for back and forth, what resonates with you, questions you have, comments you have, giveaways, we're going to be able to do that in person. The live talk show component where we have a stage and we have all of you in the audience being there for us. Would you come? That's the question I have for you, no matter what platform you're on. If you're here locally or if you want to travel in for this, I would like to start doing that. I told you some exciting things are coming for 2025. Thanks to you. You've helped the growth of the dream. So if you would like to be a part of that, let me know. You can shoot a comment in right now and say yes, but tell me when it would be. I know it can't be 7 o'clock in the morning because a lot of you are either going off to work, dropping kids off at school. Maybe you're retired and you could, but what would be this best day and time? Let me know because we are doing our own research behind the scenes. Okay, so we're talking about success, how to succeed in life. How many times have you seen this one? Talk softly. Eat sensibly. Ooh, that's a good one. Think about all of you that say that you are overweight and you're so mad at yourself and you put yourself down. How quickly and ravenously do you eat? Slow down. Appreciate what the food is supposed to be. Be in the moment. It's not mindless, but mindful eating. Breathe deeply. This goes back to the importance of meditation and finding your way to prayer, maybe finding your way back to it. Sleep sufficiently. I was actually proud, even though it was late by the time I went to bed. I looked at my alarm and thought, okay, but I'm still getting 7 hours and 15 minutes. Is that enough? If not, you feel like, okay, I got to close it down earlier. So sleep is so important for our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health, keeping us on course. For me, I've been hitting my knees every day and saying my prayers. Again, truly hitting my knees and then picking my word. Today, my word was inspiration. Dress. Ooh, I like this. Dress smartly. You just heard our fashion promo. And I had a gentleman that I've done some design and wardrobe consulting for reach out to me asking me if I'm still doing it. The answer, of course, is yes. That really lifts me up. And my heart gets so excited when I'm able to do the fashion side of my brand. Dress smartly. What does that mean to you, by the way? There's a lot of younger generation that probably have never heard that. Can you tell them, what does dress smartly mean? Okay. This is the interaction, folks. I want you to comment on that one. Dress smartly. Act fearlessly. I think that kid in the pizza delivery did just that. Saw the road shut down and walked about a half mile to deliver that pizza because he had a job to do. Work patiently. Think creatively. Behave decently. Earn, oh yes, honestly. Be honest. Save regularly and spend intelligently. So if it's out of the means of what you have, you shouldn't be spending it, right? So a lot of New Year's resolutions had to do with getting better finances in order to do the bigger purchases. Maybe you want a new car, or you want a new house. Not new, but right? Maybe you're changing. Well, how are you ever going to do that if you haven't gotten all those things in order? Rose said, I'm up at 5 a.m., Monica. I don't think everybody can come at 5 a.m. though, Rose. I can't wait to see all of you in person, by the way. Michelle said, I plowed through some peanut butter and jelly M&Ms last night. Ugh. That was not sensible eating. Okay, good. Michelle, I'm glad to, again, thank you for the honesty. How did you feel after that? She just said, ugh, right? So is that the same thing that happens to you? I went to, again, yesterday, I do feel like I did the work-life balance. I spent some time with my brother and sister-in-law. Thank them for coming over to the studio because we've got a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I can't reveal to you just yet. There were more people packed in my studio that I think, I take that back. On the day we did the ribbon cutting 2 years or almost 2 years ago, that was the most people I think we've ever packed into the studio, but it was close yesterday. A lot of minds of great ideas of things that we have coming up. But they said, let's go to lunch. Went to lunch with them, went to dinner last night, and felt better once I made those decisions. But making smart decisions when you're ordering. So have you been to the Cheesecake Factory? My brother and sister-in-law had never been. That is a huge menu. I mean, huge. This was the Galleria, by the way. They closed the one in Chesterfield, of course. So I think that's the only one left in our area. Jamaican black pepper shrimp. I'm telling you, just trust me on this. If you like, it's not too spicy, but I had plantains, black beans, white rice, an incredible Jamaican sauce with a little black pepper and shrimp. It was to die for. And if you don't like shrimp, you could have chicken, I think, or they may have had another protein in there, but it was so good. I did not get a cheesecake. They did, but they took it home and they split it. So could I have? Sure. Just really wasn't overly hungry, but make the decisions. If you're going to eat the cheesecake or you're going to eat the cake or the pies or whatever, be happy about it and know that you're owning that. That's what I tell a lot of people that are struggling with feeling like they are overweight, excessively overweight. They need to lose 50 plus pounds or they need to lose 5 to 10 pounds. If you're struggling with any kind of weight, have that conversation with yourself to say, can I own this? Is this going to serve me? Well, have a little bit of it. But if you're going to eat that cheesecake, eat it slowly, enjoy it, think about all the love that went into making it. That's truly when you go, oh, I feel good about this. And then move. Don't just be sedentary, move in life. And there's the balance. So I do a great job of this, the preaching of a healthy lifestyle. For me, my struggle, and this is why I like to be honest, because I want you to be as honest with me. Where do you struggle most in life? For me, it is knowing when to stop working. I am a workhorse. I always have been. Work, no matter what field I've ever been in. I was like that pizza delivery driver. So when I started working, I worked at Pantera's Pizza. Still need to do a mobile Monica from there, by the way. Pantera's Pizza. I worked at Soccer Master. I worked at Dillard's. Let me think. And then I was a waitress and a bartender. I worked at Copperoo's and Florissant. I worked at Krieger's. I worked at a little bit of Texas. I worked at Cactus Moon. And then I got into my radio and TV career. Every one of those people, though, that I've ever worked for would tell you that I would work, work. Important to do that type of work. Okay. I just saw something about prayers coming in. Thank you, Monica. I really needed this today. I've been kind of depressed lately. I had another surgery last Tuesday. Wow. And was wallowing in my sorrow. You have a right to do that, Richard. You've been through a lot of physical pain, and that kind of trauma, any type of trauma in life, it doesn't just sit in the physical side. It then goes into our mental and our spiritual. People have a tendency when they go through stuff like that to struggle with their faith, do they not? That's why we always bring the devotional in at the end to help you feel a little bit better, to say, okay, today I have every right to feel the way that I do, but I don't want to stay here, because sitting in again, he called it wallowing, right? Sitting in that day after day after day is not truly living. So you need to talk or listen to positivity. Richard has been a diehard fan of ours from the very beginning. Thank you. It's okay. But tomorrow or today, maybe after the show, I would love that. I'd love for today to be the turnaround, if that can be that way for you. So look at this, Richard, and everybody else, as we look at the separation and how we put this together, how we take and we jump and we leap, and success connects itself. Right now, the S is trailing off and it's behind, by the way. So what do you all see in this? There was so much that I looked at this when I was putting this together and thought, boy, this speaks to me. So how do we feel truly successful and truly connected when over here we feel like this is dragging us down? That S is trying to pull us backwards. Is that people in your life? Is that your job? Is it some kind of choice that you made that's never going to let you make it to the other side? And so you are going down into the water. You are maybe hitting that rock. You're injuring yourself. How do you become truly successful where you're able to take that S, connect it to the rest of the word, and every day, day in and day out, applaud yourself and feel successful? Success is not only in the form of business. Success is all aspects of life, relationships, business, as well as just feeling good as a human being. Applaud your success. To succeed in life, you need three things. You need a wishbone, you need a backbone, and you need to laugh at yourself. You need a funny bone. Boy, it's so very true. So here's 12 ways, as we get ready to wrap up, to achieve success in life. How do we do this? Okay, let's find a passion. Go ahead and take your pen and paper right now. This is probably one of the most important slides that I put together for you. Find a passion and then create SMART goals. Here's the thing. If you just start thinking about, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it just gets overwhelming and you never write it down, it's just swirling around in your head and there's never a sense of action. You have to find the passion and then create the list of goals. Okay. Then keep planning. So don't have the goals and then just kind of be wishy-washy and go after them here and there. Keep planning. Show your commitment to yourself and to others that are going to cheer you on. So there's a reason that you create a team, but you can never ultimately win. Let's think about the game of life. How do we win in the game of life? We work together as a team. The same thing that plays out on the basketball court, on the football field, on the ice hockey rink, whatever the sport, a pickleball court. How do we ever get to the point of, I want to win? We all want to win in life. We don't want to feel like we have lost. Somebody does have to, though. It's on both sides, but sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. It's what you do with the loss, how you take that. Why do you think so many films are looked at by coaches and players? Okay, what did we do here? But also, what you don't want to do as a coach is say, what did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? Because all anybody hears is wrong, wrong, wrong. You celebrate the success. We did this, great. Start with that. Give a compliment to someone and then give some leadership skills and see how they receive it. If all you're doing is berating them, they're never going to succeed in life, because all they hear is you going and squashing their dreams, telling them that they're not good enough. So we're going to keep planning. We're going to show commitment. We're going to think positively. And so, Richard, it's okay to have felt like you're depressed. But start making, if you can pick one word, like I said, today, my word was inspiration. Pick a word that will help you focus on that as an intention. Think positively, and then we stay the course. And when it starts to come and something or someone takes us off course, we try to, I always say, upright our ship, right? Track your progress. So I like when people go into a gym, and my mentor taught me to always have a notebook by my side and write in it. Track your progress. Learn from the journey. And it is a constant journey, but learn from it and be honest with yourself. Why do we call this show The Real Monica Adams? Because I want to be authentic and honest. not fake. I'm not going to just throw these things out there and be braggadocious and put on the filters and try to take you down this road that's just absolutely false. No, be honest with yourself and with others. Take away distractions. That's the whole thing that we talked about with organization. Take some calculated risks, though, also. If you never take a risk in life, you're just going, I always talk about getting uncomfortable, right? You take those calculated risks and watch what happens. Don't always take the easy route. You will applaud yourself when you realize that you can do hard things. Don't rely on others. I think that's a really interesting one. But that one's hard, isn't it? Because I have a lot of people that say, Monica, trust me, I can do this for you. Yeah. But then we get told this, do not rely on others. Interesting. And avoid overworking. Ba-boom. There's the biggest one. So we plan smart goals. Be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So what do you want to do? You got to be specific with it. How will you track your progress? That's your measurable side. How will you do it? That's how you achieve it. Being relevant. Is it relevant to your life right now? And time bound. Oh yeah. When do you want to do it? And when do you want to have it wrapped up? We have to set goals. One of the girls on my team said, Monica, I can do this. Is there a time frame? We've got to give time frames. People need direction, right? Okay, Michelle came back to what she said she ate. She said, after eating them, I felt great, right? It's that, sure, we think of anything that we want to do in life. And this is, by the way, though, where addictions come from. And it's that feel-good, instantaneous moment, the drinking, the overeating, the addiction to technology, the addiction to gaming, the addiction to sex, whatever the thing that is not serving you. You feel good in the moment, but you really got to sit with, if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour of feeling good, what happens in all the other hours? That's where you normally beat yourself up. And by the way, that's your life lesson. Those are your lesson goals. You learn from the wallowing, and then you start writing. You do your intention, you do your gratitude, and you pick right back up, you dust yourself off, and you have the next day. And then you start to feel better. And then you don't go down that path. She said this morning, a bit regretful, but I'll hit the gym harder today. Yes. And then you realize, and I told this to somebody the other day, you got to eat something good for yourself after you've done that workout, because the body is asking for you to bring back important protein, important carbohydrates, not filled with sugars, but those kind of carbohydrates like your fuel of vegetables and fruits. Good, clean eating. Then when you have this, you don't go off on yourself. You make the choice to move, drink more water, and eat a little healthier. And then it continues to go. So Michelle said, Richard, we send you prayers and healing thoughts. Wallow no more. Know that we all love you. And it's not just my team, but it's this entire community. And I am so proud of what we have built here. Julie Fabian, again, part of your community, sending prayers and positive thoughts. And this is to all of you. There's a reason we go to church and they offer up prayers for different people in the community, but then they say, we'll pause here for a second and we'll have a moment of silence and offer up your own prayers. Whether you go to church or you just are here, you're here in your space and you offer up prayers for yourself, pray for yourself, and then pray for those that you love. Pray for our world and the division that we feel sometimes, and hope that we know that as one human being, we can make a difference and we can be generous with our thoughts and our prayers and our kindness, and start to spread that to eradicate the hate. Rose said, I'll include you in my prayers. See, you got this, Rose. You got this, Richard. Balance is my favorite word, Richard said, but I struggle with it the most. It's okay. You learn from it. So when you say balance, do me a favor and journal for me, Richard, if you can, when you find the time, somewhere in today, write the word balance, and underneath it, write what that looks like for you. And then don't beat yourself up if you feel like there's so much chaos that you're not able to do it. You got to take care of you, though. I know you, and I don't think you take care of yourself as much as you need to. And don't feel at all that it's a bad thing to take care of you before you take care of everyone else. You have to. I think that is the biggest struggle for so many people. They say, but I got to take care of blah, 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 blah. I get it. I do the same thing. Nope. You got to take care of you first. Sending prayers to you, Richard, from Kathleen. Love this. Just screenshot it. You're welcome, Rose. That's why you have loved ones to lean on when you lose your balance. I mean, think about that. Well, so there's a business many, many years ago that I worked with, and we did all of those interactive team building exercises. You all know the one. Go ahead and fall back into the person behind you. a complete stranger that you just met in this team building organization. You look behind and you have to trust that they're going to catch you. That person wouldn't dare walk away and let you fall down and crack your head and injure yourself, would they? It is a trust fall, baby. Pink sings about it. It is a trust fall. Are you willing to fall back and feel that the world has your back and will catch you? It's a hard thing to trust, is it not? St. Louis Closet Company said a live show would be amazing. Mornings would be best for us, 9 to 11 a.m. Okay, yes, let's do that. So for all of you that would like to come and be a part of an audience, they just said the 9 to 11 time frame. Come and be in that audience and interact with us. All right. I hope you got some inspiration today. I love doing this, and evidently so do you. We've got 57 of you on right now. I haven't had a chance to hop over to X or to YouTube or to LinkedIn to see if you're all talking, but I promise you after this show, as you share and do me a favor, take this because it's going to resonate with so many. A lot of people say, boy, did I need to hear this today. Look at you, Richard, just say it. I need it. Chief Troy Doyle, thank you so much for liking and loving our live show today. Miss you, by the way. I love all of you. Heat Up St. Louis. We did a wonderful show with them. I hope you saw that. Good morning, Tony. I hope you're having a great day. If you're just tuning in, you've got a heck of a show to watch. Go back and do so. And do me a favor, watch our, listen to our audio podcast. Thank you to Hannah Ledford because she works really hard behind the scenes to put those audio podcasts together. And the one we had yesterday, by the way, was with our friend Jennifer Williams from St. Louis Closet Company. It was all about organization. So that one made it onto our audio podcast platform. I can guarantee you the one we did yesterday, which sometimes a lot of people don't want to hear about it, but we talked about something that's very serious in our world, and that is human trafficking, sex trafficking, corruption in government, hip hop. Did you see yesterday's show? I don't think a lot of you had a chance to. Please watch it. It was very powerful. Brian Joseph, the author of Vegas Concierge, was in town with a wonderful Q&A last night put on by the Jewish Community Center. Listen to that one. It's going to make its way onto our audio podcast because it is truly a wake-up call in America. And for those in St. Louis that are in our immediate area, it's a wake-up call for us that we are a hub. Sit with that one and think about that for a second. All right, we need Jesus to listen, and we need to listen as well. So today, on this January 17th, exalted Lord Jesus, you are my strength and you are my song. Yet I confess that I'm feeling wobbly this morning. Oh, doesn't this one connect? Richard, you and everyone else that feel a little off kilter, God's talking to you. He said, I confess I'm feeling wobbly this morning, looking at difficulties looming ahead, measuring them against my limited strength. How many times do I tell you, don't measure your success by saying, am I doing what others are doing? Are they over here in this lane doing better than me? Stop trying to measure yourself to someone else. Put away the measuring stick and live your life to the best of your ability. These challenges are not tasks for today or even for tomorrow. I need to leave them in the future and come home to the present where I can enjoy your presence. Since you are my strength, I know you can empower me to handle each difficulty as it comes. And because you are my song, you're able to give me a joy as I work alongside you. Please draw my mind back to the present moment. Be in the moment. You got to listen to this. This is so important right now. Be ever present in what you're hearing today, and then take it and let it work for you again and again and again. The amazing ability to anticipate future events is a blessing from you, but it becomes a curse whenever I misuse it. If I use my mind to worry about the very next moment, most people say, tomorrow, worrying about tomorrow, but I say worrying about this minute, that minute. It's overwhelming. I mean, again, take your blood pressure. It's high because you're so anxious. So if I use my mind to worry about tomorrow, I cloak myself in dark unbelief. Instead of this sinful wallowing, oh, there's the word, Richard. Instead of this sinful wallowing in worry, I want to trust you more and more. I just got to chill, and I hope you did as well. I have found that the light of your presence envelops me in peace when I fill my thoughts with the hope of heaven. You are my salvation, Lord. So I have good reason to trust and not be afraid. Oh, I feel good. I feel like James Brown. I feel good, and I hope you do as well. I want to start your day just like this. Come back day after day after day, 7 a.m., Monday through Friday. Pick the platform that works most for you and your family. There is a reason why we keep growing the platforms. And that is because if you don't want to be on Facebook, you don't want to be on social media at all, then it allows you to go to YouTube. But do us a favor and spread around to your family and friends, no matter where they live, no matter the states or countries. Because again, we have people watching from all over the world. Ask them to watch on YouTube, but ask them to subscribe. That is not a cost. It is simply meaning that you will get the notification when we go live. Have them follow me on Facebook, follow me on LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Rumble, Instagram, wherever, but click and follow so that you can say, well, I'm ready to do this all over again. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, eat a good breakfast. If you haven't eaten yet, like I haven't, I'm going to do it now. Make the conscious effort to better your life and then give that power to other people around you and ask them to hold you accountable to taking care of you. That's right, Julie. Amen to that, right? Thank you all so much. We got about 60 of you on right now. I'd love to stay on, but I've got to do the balance. We are planning so many things for you behind the scenes. We've got some exciting things to come, and I want to see you in person. I want to give you a hug. I really am big on the connection of good human beings, and I know that you all are. Thank you, and Michelle and everyone else, for your kind words, your thoughts and prayers. Don't worry about me. I got this. We're not going to worry about you. We're going to lift you up in prayer for you and for everyone else that's struggling in this very given moment. This show is dedicated to you. I love you. It means the world to me that you keep coming. Let's grow this audience like never before. I've got huge plans for it and huge plans for this world. I want to make an impact on a grand scale before I leave. Let's put our footprint out there. Yeah, I am a hugger, Michelle. I love to give good hugs. And I've got one waiting for you. All right. And what does that mean? That we're kind, more kindness. Think about that. Spread the love of kindness this weekend and come right back with me Monday morning. We're going to talk with Yoro. She is a designer in town. We're going to lift up some other very young budding artists and designers on Monday morning. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a big show and just lift you up and get you in a good, happy mood. We do all these things up and down, the ebb and flow of life. More and more kindness, though, keeps us in the positive side. I love you all, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you Monday.